Hey everybody, what's up? OCD Mikey, Hi-Fi Guy here for another edition of the Mikey Show. And this morning I am going to talk to everybody about how do you know when it's too much? Like, how do you know when to stop? How do you know how much to spend on hi-fi? This is really crazy. Like, right? You can go from like a $500 complete system home theater box type deal from Best Buy all the way to, as you guys saw in the video yesterday, $25,000 USB adapters, okay? And everything in between. So how do you know when to stop? How do you know when to call it quits? How do you know what your goal is? Well, how do you make a goal for hi-fi? Because otherwise you're just going to keep chasing your tail. And chasing your tail in many ways is what keeps the hi-fi business rolling. But I say no. I say no, back. Um, I say that you can cross the line, you can find happiness. How do you know when to stop? First of all, I think everybody needs to realize that music listening is fun. Okay, what we do, this hobby, it's for fun, it's for enjoyment. We have it's for relaxation, really. I guess some people like to get motivated and pumped up and like all, activated by their hi-fi systems. That's fine too. But the bottom line is it's to improve our lifestyle and to make things better. So let's start at the beginning, spending money, right? Because it's can be expensive. If you are nervous and concerned about the amount of money that you're spending, it's too much. And look, being concerned about the money you're spending is different than being concerned about the sound that you get from what you buy. Okay. Um, they're two different things. One, it's not a financial stress. You're just buying something and you might be concerned, man. I hope it's everything that this seller told me it's going to be, or I hope it's everything that the magazine said it was going to be. That's different. What I'm saying is if you're nervous about the amount of money, you're like, oh, geez, $8,000, man. That's a little rough. Okay. And typically when I'm dealing with people and they're talking, they start telling me, well, I can't really afford this and it's really more than I want to spend. When they start talking like that to me, I completely back off. I don't close them on the sale. At that point, they need to close me because I am definitely not convincing somebody that just finished telling me that they don't really have enough money. I'm not going to convince them to spend the money because then there's buyer remorse. They get it and they're concerned like, oh my God, and then the credit card is coming up at the end of the month and what do I do? And I've got to, and it's just too much. It should not be that sort of a thing in your mind. It should be the kind of money that you can throw and it's all good. It's not gonna be detrimental if you lose all that money. Okay. And I'm not saying plan to lose it, right? But I'm saying it should be at the level where it's not a concern, Um, once it's a concern, I hold back the reins. And a lot of times I'll say, I find people's, I had somebody call the other day and he was all hyped up on a $20,000 DAC. And after talking with him and figuring him out, I'm like, dude, you don't want a $20,000 DAC, the $24,000 DAC. You don't want that. I looked at his rig. He sent me pictures of his rig. I said, no, a $6,000 DAC is the proper DAC for that rig where you're at. And it's going to be totally better than what you have right now, which he had a hi-fi Rose. And you should never stress. It should never be that kind of thing. I hear all too many times, I got to sell this, I got to sell that, I got to figure out how to get the money over. I'm like, whoa, dude, if it's like that, maybe reconsider your purchase and wait a little bit or do it where you're comfortable. So you should always be comfortable about your audio purchase. It should never be a stress. So if you're financing because you need to finance for the audio, and you're not doing it because you're putting it on a credit card, you're financed because you want to get miles or something like that. You're going to pay it all off at the end of the month. Some people have tactics why they use a credit card. But if you are financing because you need to finance, right? It might be beyond, oops, see, look, I didn't even remember I did that yesterday with the airline mode. Okay, now it is set. And hey, by the way, if you guys have not given a thumbs up and subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up. This is how I know that you guys dig my content. This is how you pay me, if you will, is by giving me subscriptions, giving me thumbs up, and letting me know that you like what I'm doing, because I do it for y'all. Of course, when you want to buy something, I am a dealer. I think I will do a better job than any other dealer in the whole wide world. So, and look, you can count on me, and I get you across the line. I'm not a guy that just sells you a box and disappears. I will get you all the way to where you're going, and I'll start bringing these people on that I've done that with. You can contact me at 11 Stereo. That's the like you see in the banner below. If you just go to 11 Stereo, there's a phone number there. You can get me on the phone. It's free to talk to me, and I'll give you a little bit of my time, and I can help you find your way if you're trying to find your way. Okay. So if you're financing because you need to finance, man, maybe reconsider the sale. If it's like you're doing it and you just want a couple months, no big deal. But if you're stretching it a year out because you really need to, maybe reconsider. The same thing goes for the product. Like a lot of times if people are buying something that's beyond their means, then, you can't have even a little mark on the thing because you're all concerned about resale, and that's your whole trip. Look, let me break something down and give you some real truth here. HiFi is not an investment. It's not an investment. You're losing money on HiFi. HiFi is a liability, okay? Every way, shape, or form, you're either going to break even if you're lucky, or 90% of the time, you're going to lose money when you go to resell. That's part of the game. There are very few things in life, things that you buy, objects that you buy that will appreciate that are investments. A Rolex might be an investment. Certain other things that some people are probably real savvy at it. I don't buy things for that. And I don't suggest you buy HiFi trying to plan to and account for it and whatever. It's a loss, man. And it's for music, and it's money that is just something that you use as music. It goes away. If you're that's another thing. If you're sitting trying to plan out all this whole structure of investment and resale and all that stuff, and I only want to buy this brand because it's got a strong resale. What are you after? Are you after resale, or are you after good sound? Because typically the best selling stuff is not the best sounding stuff. It's almost always that way, because the best selling stuff is the stuff that's marketed super hard. Stuff that's marketed super hard, there's a reason why it's marketed super hard, okay? Because it's a marketing project. It's a business plan. It's not a product that's created to bring people closer to music. There's different goals or different prime directives from the manufacturer. So if your life revolves around your music equipment, okay, you know who you are. If your conversations are always about HiFi systems and you're on forums every day, you're never taking a day or two off from listening or talking about it, look in the mirror and give yourself a checkup from the neck up, okay? You need to do that because you just may be compulsing on something, and it's not healthy to do that, okay? Some people say, well, it's not hookers and blow, it's HiFi. It doesn't matter. It's still a addiction, or it's still a neuroses, or it's still a compulsion, which does not allow you in many times to be present for others around you. Okay, that is a key thing. Life many times is about other people, and it's not just about you. Okay, and a lot of times this habit, I just said a habit. I was going to say hobby, but I said habit. So it can be, you want it to be a hobby, not a habit. Okay, when it becomes a habit, it's just like any other addiction. You may ignore the people that you love. You may alienate them. They don't know what your trip is, and you're not present for them. Now, if you're, it may be different if you're an older dude, your kids have flown the coop, they're all successful and happy. You and the wife do your own things during the day, and you don't need to really, you're a solo creature. That's different than the guy that has a family and kids and is obsessed with HiFi, and he's not paying attention to his kid, taking her out to or him or her out to the park, when it's sunny out. They're inside listening to hi-fi. Just kind of check yourself. Really, it's about balance. If it's 77 and sunny outside, and you're staying inside to listen, consider your listening habit may turn you into a pale-skinned hermit. You got to get outside. If your family complains that you're not paying attention to them and you love your audio system more than you love them, time to take a look at yourself. It's about balance, serenity, relaxation. If you have any of the above symptoms, okay, here is what to do, because I'm not just going to point out the issue, right? I'm going to give some solutions as well, because I'm a solution-oriented human. So first of all, relax. It's going to be okay. All right. We've all been there. We've been there where we're compulsed on some hobby, and we're freaking and we're self-absorbed and self-involved. So the first thing with this hi-fi thing, to get off this merry-go-round, to chill yourself out, clearly it has to do with getting a system that makes you happy. But first thing, disconnect your ego. Disconnect your ego from your damn audio system. Okay? The two should not be connected. It's a damn inanimate object. It's not an organ on your body that you're trying to show off. It is not your damn resume, even though you think it may be when you go into the silly forums. Disconnect your ego. Okay? Let me give you some hard reality. You didn't create that shit. Okay? You did not design that hi-fi. You did not make it. You did not conceive it. You had nothing to do with it. Somebody else, another human, made that for you so that you can connect with music. Okay, so why would you have ego associated with some thing that you bought? You didn't design it nor make it. You have no right to have ego over it, right? You didn't even create it. You're just a sometimes I want to have fun and just unleash with some pit viper to kind of wake people up. When I do that, you just caught me stop myself, because people get butt hurt when I do that, right? I was going to say, you're just the bitch that went and bought it. Okay. That's all you are in this whole game. You're just a bitch with money that went and bought some shit. And now it's your ego because you bought something. Okay. So, but I didn't say that, right? I didn't say that. I held myself back from saying that because people get butthurt when I talk like that. I don't have any contempt for you guys, but I'm trying to make a point and I'm trying to make it clear. And so why have ego with the audio system? Be grateful for the people that created it for you. How about that for a difference? Instead of being proud of your audio system, why don't you be grateful for it? Why don't you be thankful that some other person made it to that level for you? Somebody else cared enough to create something that you could acquire and put it into your room and have something that you love. Okay, but to gloat over it and to get ego over it, so disconnect your ego from your audio rig. You didn't design it, bro. Realize, and I said this before, life many times is about other people, just like I just explained, the people that design this stuff. Start by inviting people to listen with you, man. Make it an inclusive, fun thing to do. Turn listening into an event. Have people over. Make food. Enjoy conversation. I'm going on Friday to a Record of the Month Club. Even though I don't have records, I'm going to the Record of the Month Club because it's a cool conversation. I'm never going to present a record. Maybe I will present a record and bring it, even though I don't have a turntable and I don't do vinyl. But I'm going to sit with the guys that do that because it's camaraderie, it's fellowship, it's food, it's like it's an engagement, a social engagement with other people, which is healthy. Okay, we get to enjoy music together. Always much more powerful than doing it by yourself. Almost like anything in life, right? So play Name That Song with your family. If you want to bring the family in and just have fun, play Name That Song. You can pull up songs on the streamer and see which one of your kids or which one can name the song quickest. Give them prizes, $1 for every song that they name correctly. Bring your kids into music and teach them about music. Bring your loved other, your significant other into music and teach them about music. They're not going to be interested if it's just about the gear and that's all you make it about is the stupid gear. If you make it about the music, everybody loves music. Everybody wants to be involved in the music. Play the music that they like, not just the stuff that you like that they don't even get, right? And then have an open mind and try and understand the music that they're listening to. Why do they like it? How are they feeling? Why does your kid like hardcore rap? Maybe it's something about how he's feeling. Maybe that can give you a little insight into what's going on in your teen's head. Who knows? But music is a beautiful thing and it's meant to be shared. Um, you know, Here's another thing. Take a walk. Okay, this has nothing to do with audio. But what I'm trying to instill here is you need balance with hi-fi in your life. You need to balance it out. I suggest balance it with exercise. If you don't walk every day, walk. Take a walk around your block. All you have to do is get out and go around the block. When you are on your walk, slow down, stop, and look at something in nature, something small. I want you to go pay attention to the natural world. Stop, pick up an acorn, inspect the acorn, look at the magnificence of how it's built. I mean, it's something that's created by nature, and it's like follows mathematical principles, the golden ratio, and it's like perfect in every way. And it's so cool. It's just as cool as music, right? But it's on a different wavelength, right? So enjoy the little things. By enjoying the nuance in music, you are enjoying the little things in life. It's similar to being out in nature and enjoying the nuance in nature, such as a little acorn or a little teeny, insect carrying some big thing, and he's on this mission, and you're like, where is he going, man? He's going up that blade of grass. Wow, he's really on a mission. It just gives you some introspection, and it's good practice, in my opinion. So tell another person, here's something. Again, I think these are good practice things, and again, these are things to help balance your hi-fi, because in my opinion, hi-fi is spiritual. Music listening is a spiritual practice. So along with that spiritual practice comes meditation, convening with nature, which is what I just described, and convening with other people. When you tell another person when you're listening, this song reminds me of you, or this song reminds me of us, okay? You're going to bring somebody much more intimately into music when you tell them that. They're going to go, wow, really? And now they're going to really be listening to that tune because you just said, this tune reminds me of you. They're going to listen to every freaking lyric of that whole tune because you just said it reminds me of you, or this reminds me of us, okay? Now, don't do that with gangster rap or death metal, okay? Probably not the best music to do that. Love songs, baby. Love songs, okay? Beautiful songs. You tell your wife that this beautiful song reminds me of you, and when she hears it, it's going to melt her heart. You just touched another human being. Score, one click for Freddie, in life when you bring that warm fuzzy to somebody else, okay? And the audio system is a conduit to help you do that for other people by telling them, this song reminds me of you, and it's a beautiful song. Maybe you're going to touch them, man. And that's what this is all about. Touching people's heart, bringing them into the musical realm, okay? Our systems are transport mechanisms. We can transport people into the musical realm by using our hi-fi rig. We can touch their heart. We can heal their pain. We can help with that, but we can't do it if we're sitting in there by ourselves, freaking obsessing with this shit about what freaking wood is in the damn cartridge and some specification of some bullshit. No, man, that's not where the love is, okay? That's where the crack head is, okay? So stop feeding the squirrel. And you hear me say this over and over again. Find the love surrounding the music, surrounding your audio system. When you do your music listening, it's an easy thing to do is just concentrate on musical exploration rather than sonic analysis or showmanship, man. Those are not there. There is no rainbow at the end, or there's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. There's no light at the end of the tunnel with showmanship and ego and sonic analysis. It's all just empty, okay? It's plastic boobs. It's empty. There's nothing there. Ooh, looks great. And then, but it's fake and it's not real. Okay. You catch my drift. So use your system the same way you would meditation, like a practice. Okay. You go there to do your meditation. You go there to do practice. You go there to unhook from this crazy world that we have around us and really just enter something that is love. Work at reaching bliss when you go into your rig inside yourself. Okay, the bliss is in here. It's not here, it's not here. It's right here in the heart. That's where the best reward a hi-fi system can give is in your heart. It's not in your damn mind. It's not in your showmanship. It's not in your ego. Okay, your music system will facilitate this spiritual component if you use it properly. Okay, this is how you know when you've crossed the line. When it's doing that for you, you're across the line. You don't need to seek more unless you make a choice to seek more. I'm very picky, so it took me quite a ways to get to a spot where crossed that line. I had to buy certain gear to get me to a certain level where I wasn't analyzing because I wasn't hearing artifacts in the digital. So find that zone. It doesn't take a lot of money. Explore for the key if you have not found it. The type of music, when you go into meditate, your choice of music will help be the key. That's the little combination to get you into your happy zone is the music that you choose. Okay. And if you only have a collection of 500 CDs and you've got your favorite 60 or whatever, that you're listening to, your favorite 30, your hands are bound. You're not doing good music listening. You're just regurgitating the same old music that you grew up with, which is fun. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But you're not expanding your horizons. You're not getting any spiritual growth by regurgitating the same old music. That's where streaming comes into play because you can laterally explore music on a tablet. You don't even have to get up. You have to search through all your CDs and play the same crap over and over again. You just flip through it and do musical exploration. You will find music that will help you meditate and get to that blissful state. Try Deva Premal, okay? Deva Premal, Premal. I think sometimes she sings with Mitten. So it's Deva Premal and Mitten, Mitten, or Deva Premal. Listen to some of that music, man. That is some transcendental, blissful stuff, okay? Tell me if you don't agree. Anyways, that's enough. I think I've made my point about how much is too much with hi-fi. I think I just explained it. Thanks for joining. Please sign up if you haven't signed up. Love you guys and see you.